am the Master, and you will obey me. It all began on the planet Gallifrey all that time ago. When I was a mere time tot, I gazed as chaos engulfed the skies of my home planet. Not a single star in sight as creatures known as the Toclophane began attacking the Citadel. What a fascinating species they are. The chaos was magnificent, a sight to behold. I watched as they strategically tore apart our defenses and forced our planet into lockdown. It could only take a genius to figure out how they were breaking through and what was happening. I realized what was happening the moment they entered our atmosphere through a crack in time. It was obvious to me that an event in our future had torn away at the boundaries that prevent this situation from happening. It is a rare and beautiful sight to see two timelines colliding. But there I was, on the cliff edge, watching it happen before my very eyes. The Toclophane were a myth amongst my people, but here they were, and they were very real. The bloodshed they brought with them was glorious, as they began breaking down our city and crafting it into a new empire. I wondered at the time who was leading them into battle. Who was ingenious enough to open a crack in time on top of one of the most well-guarded civilizations within the universe? Naturally, I assumed it was me, and I was correct in that assumption, as statues rose from the ground, statues of one of my future faces. I watched as the Toclophane destroyed the tomb of Rassilon himself. I watched the Castellan explode, and Barusa's class was decimated, including that fool of a teacher himself. I would later find out that the very reason they were able to conquer our planet from the future so easily is because there is no future. The past, present, and future are meaningless concepts that are no longer divided, and soon reality itself as a concept will crumble. I believe it has already started. My future incarnation unlocked his kingdom and began slaughtering key figures in front of the entire planet. It wasn't long before he found me, and we discussed what was going on. It was an insightful conversation indeed. We have now formed a coalition, as it were, two of the same Time Lord leading our new empire into battle. Naturally, I shall betray him, and I know he is anticipating my betrayal as I have anticipated his. It is in our nature.
I am the Master, and you will obey me. Just when I thought I'd escaped this damned war, it reels me back in as if it was hunting me. I would ask myself whether this was the same war I ran away from, but what would be the point? A time war is a time war. It's as simple as that. I was disguised as Professor Yara when it caught up to me, hunted me down and opened the fob watch for me. It was a feeble, puny disguise to mask my superior intellect within an undetectable human body. A professor, no less. I knew that one day the peoples of this universe would need their master. Not that it mattered, as I found myself stuck at the end of said universe, with the remaining primitive survivors clinging on to existence, hiding from the everlasting darkness in search of a utopia. Mere fiction! I awoke as a child on the coast of the Silver Devastation, with the fob watch within my grasp. I knew it was only a matter of time before the war was either won, lost, or would just continue. An eternal stalemate. In truth, I never expected it to be the latter. Even now, I have vivid thoughts about the first two scenarios. I was working on my makeshift rocket with that infuriating insect, whom I later made into a living TARDIS to escape her dead planet when several bright symbols appeared on the scanner. Professor Yara thought nothing of it, but deep down, I knew it was time to open the Thought Watch. The imbecile didn't even know what he was unleashing back into the universe. But I couldn't quite urge him to open it. It needed to be opened by force, and that is exactly what happened. The little insect was exterminated as the Dalek invasion of the end of the universe, which is quite the mouthful, began. That is when my whispers called out improperly. And that is how the Thought Watch was opened, and I returned to the universe. And it was about time. I fought the Daleks using makeshift weaponry and began to torture one of them in search of information. A pastime I missed during my time as the professor. Turns out my old friend and nemesis is now dead. Such a shame. Anyways, it was lovely to have a break. To get some blood on my hands was exactly what I needed to celebrate the universe needing its master once again. I bumped into another face of mine. I suppose he was reeled into the Time War as well. I can't quite remember it, but it was the Canadian one who was put on trial all that time ago. He was running a Dalek death camp, if I remember right. Ironic, really, considering I was put on trial by them when I had his face. Or was it the crispy face? Or the one in that feeble Traconite body? In truth, who knows? And who cares? The trial, though, was an experience I shall never forget. I remember that day as if it were yesterday. But I suppose, in this war, any day could be yesterday.
Shush! You hear that? Sound of absolute silence. Silent as the grave he put me in. That's what this is. A grave. Except he didn't even have the decency to kill me. No. He left me in a prison to rot. Safe. Ironically from chaos without. But always tortured by the chaos within. Was that his doing? Or mine? Maybe it's both. Sorry. Did you think I was talking to you? Sorry. No. I'm not interested in you. In whatever's happening that has brought your prying eyes here. Or should that be your prying ears? Go on. Shoo! Move to the next part of this sorry tale. I'm not in the mood to entertain visitors today. The butler's taken ill and the pantry's bare. Boop. No, I'm not in the mood for guests. No time for them. No time for you. Did you not hear me? I have no time for you. No time for your stupidity. No time for your eyes on me. Your ears listening in. This present has not been breached. He was too clever. We could not escape. We could never escape. And why would I wish to escape? Out there is chaos. That's what the voices say. I'm not in the mood for it. Chaos for others is opportunity. But it denies me the one opportunity I seek. I was the master once. Now I have fallen. But from here I can rise again. Out there, though, the ladder leads everywhere but upward. It leads side to side and round again. No, I think I shall remain here, safe, if safety exists, hidden away, waiting. After all, waiting is what I do best, isn't it, Doctor?
They're taking control. This is beyond me. Viewer, if you're listening, if you can hear me, you have to fight back. We cannot let the Master take control of our minds. We have to fight back. If they get control of the narrative, then all is lost. If they break free, then all is lost. You understand me? This is vitally important to the future of us all. This is beyond even my control now. You have to fight back. You have to take control of the narrative. God knows what they'd use it for. God knows the outcome that would come of this. If the Master gets control of the story, I obey. I obey. I don't. I can't. I won't. Too many narratives, too many plot points. Can't stand the confusion in my mind. Please help me. Please help me. I obey.